Okay, I'm back. It's been like days now. I went to work. I came back. I had days, and I'm refreshed. Honestly, I wanted to come back sooner, but I just tired, which isn't stopping me now. But it's a different kind of tired. You get what I'm saying. I think I should go with the manual one that I did. Oh, they're the same. Okay, so it doesn't matter. I left it a weird place. I didn't even leave it like a stopping point, so my bad. Uh, the life of the heir to the kingdom's second most powerful family in my hands. Stop. You'll make me think that I actually matter. Okay. The pair were soon joined by several men dressed in ornate military regalia. Once the placements were complete, a dozen mages surrounded the exterior, and the organizer called out from below the float. We will soon commence the levitation process. Please take care not to fall. Oh god. Liam offered Shizu an elbow. Aw. Which she accepted. The mages circling the float raised their arms. See, little details like that I think is why I really like your writing, because it's just like, it's so important to just detail those very specific things. I don't know. It's like not enough to make like a big CG or like a scene out of, but it's important to still like note. Maybe I'm just very easily like I was gonna say very easily impressed, but that like is negative towards you. I mean, like I'm just simple. I don't know. With a slight jolt, the structure rose into the air, ascending until it was about a yard and a half off the ground. The float moved into position, enveloped by a dozen people lined up on either side. The ones at the very front bore lanterns and banners with the emblems of the various noble houses, led by the flag bearers for the royal family. Drummers and trumpeters followed behind them, directly in front of the float. Flower bearers followed in the back, carrying baskets full of fresh white blossoms. As soon as the city gates opened, Shizu almost stumbled backward from the cheers that spilled out from within. The main road was surrounded by throngs of people. The tightly packed crowd undulated, like a single organism as its members pushed forward, trying to catch a glimpse of the kingdom's savior. The one at the front were only corralled by the invisible barrier that lined the road, ensuring that there was room for the procession to pass. Liam gave Shizu a reassuring squeeze with his elbow before unhooking his arm. As the float passed the threshold of the gate, he began to wave enthusiastically at the crowd, putting on a dignified look. Shizu followed his example. The parade moved slowly, giving the audience ample time to empty their baskets of flowers and wear their voices thin with cheers. Sorry, I was listening to the music. After around half an hour, Shizu glanced over her shoulder at the pedestal looming above them. The princess curled her arm around Sei's, standing on tiptoe. He leaned in, and she was whispering something in his ear. As Shizu absentmindedly waved, the image of Sei vomiting blood rematerialized in front of her eyes. The image had churned in her mind countless times, and each time the picture only became murkier. Okay, so did it actually happen, or is she seeing visions of something that's going to happen? I feel like it could kind of be both. I'm leaning on it did happen, and then it just was like so quick that it was kind of over, but he didn't receive any injuries that would have caused that to happen. As far as I could tell, the nightmares didn't even touch it. So was he poisoned in some way? Monsters emanating venom from a distance isn't unheard of, but then why wasn't I affected? And why didn't they find anything in the examination? If Sei had been poisoned, there would have been some traces. He was examined within hours of coughing up blood. It could have been a rare or unclassified type. After all, the medical officers only check for the most common forms of poison during their routine examinations. But Sei was also completely healthy. There aren't any kinds of poison that cause the target to spit up blood and then emerge completely unharmed mere hours later. A normal person would probably die. Even with Sei's constitution, it usually takes him at least a full day or two to recover from venom that severe, so that only leaves one option. He was poisoned and he was cured. Shizu leaned over slightly towards her silver-haired partner. This dork. Liam, what do you think of the princess? Oh, Damiana? I know how to pronounce it now. Your high-ranking children around the same age. You probably spent some time with her, I imagine. Yeah, there weren't that many children around my age, so I spent a lot of time around her and Hugh? The premier's son, I guess you could say. Oh, he doesn't like him, that's why I didn't say his name. She's an arrogant brat, and she's not boasting about her family. She's crowing about her magical abilities. She latches onto the thighs of anyone who will sing her praises and lick her boots. He certainly isn't subtle. You did ask him. Well, I say all that, but in the end, she's just a kid. Her parents spoil her to death. She's annoying, but I don't hate her. Throw her a few nuggets of praise, and you'll never get on her bad side. No need to worry about her taking advantage of Shay. She wears her emotions on her sleeve. Some people gossip about how she's a schemer, but I doubt she could actually keep anything a secret for longer than a couple seconds. I see. Liam had a clear picture of the princess, but was that really... Good morning. It's okay if you're, recording. It's not a big deal. No. I was up late, but I ended up going to sleep and then I just woke up early. So I'm refreshed. Are you gonna make those frappes like you were saying?
Okay.
Let's go! Liam had a clear picture of the princess, but was that really all there was to her? If Say was cured of poison, then there is only one person who could have done it, the princess. I mean, that's what I said. But now that they're saying it, now I'm like, oh no, it's gotta be something else, because why would you pull attention to it if that was actually it? When she touched him, I definitely saw a white glow. She healed him. But his external injuries were minor. One glance could tell you that they weren't worth the effort of using healing magic. It's easy to assume that she was just showing off, but she must have cured Say of his poison at the time. How did she know how to cure him? Healing magic was already a notoriously difficult art, and curing poison was one of the most complex healing techniques. This was because there was no panacea. Each poison was unique. The healer needed to intimately understand the composition and mechanism and adjust the extraction and treatment accordingly. Utilizing the wrong method would be useless at best, and could even do more harm than good. The princess took one look at Say and instantly knew how to cure him. He didn't turn green, and he wasn't spitting out frogs. Vomiting blood could have been attributed to dozens of potential causes. Yet she knew exactly what afflicted him when she cured him. How? So she was involved in the poisoning? Gonna take a break real fast.